YouTube is making a new change to their platform where only people who upload videos with their real face and voice can make money and put ads on their videos. That's the word on the street, but it's actually not what's going on. It's just YouTube is cracking down on AI generated content. And it's still not even that bad. So in this video, I'm going to explain it because there's a lot of confusion and misinformation. Like, you can use AI in videos and you can even use AI voices in videos and still make money on YouTube. So I'm gonna go over all the misconceptions of what's been going on, but we gotta go to the very beginning where this started. So there were a bunch of tweets on Twitter where people were covering this new YouTube policy update. Like this one here from Dextero, YouTube is cracking down on unoriginal content with a major monetization change. Starting July 15th, channels that do not meaningfully transform clips risk losing monetization. But this isn't even correct. This is wrong, and this is like a major news source talking about this. But YouTube replied to this tweet, they were like, no, not exactly. This is a minor update to our long-standing policies to help us better identify when content is being mass-produced or repetitive. This type of content has already been ineligible for monetization for years, and is content viewers often consider spam. So what we're really talking about here is people who mass create content using completely AI tools. It's to the point where they're not using AI as tools, but they're using it to make the whole video. So for example, this is a kind of AI slop that has been going on the internet for years now. These videos are one of many. It's just a completely AI generated video that's pulling stories from Reddit. So it is real people's stories, but they're just pulling from Reddit and telling some story there using an AI voice, and the video is probably completely AI generated, and you can pump these videos out like crazy. These videos obviously don't take a long time at all to create.
I used to think love could conquer anything, even old money's disdain.
This is all the video is. It's an AI voice reading text, and then the images behind it are just chosen by AI. There's actually editing extensions and AI tools online that can edit your video for you using completely AI stock footage. Like, you could make a video now with 100% AI. From the script to the visuals to the music to the editing, all of it can be AI nowadays. And that's what YouTube's really trying to crack down on, because a lot of that kind of stuff is not really of value. But it's not even 100% true. Like, there is some content on YouTube that is completely AI that actually is pretty transformative. So one of the policies in the monetization thing is where you can't upload repetitive content. And that means if you're just using AI, and they mentioned that in this article where they said that, yeah, we're making an update to our repetitious content policy, which is something they've had for years now. We've talked about it on this channel before. And now they're renaming it to inauthentic content. It talks about how creators who make original and authentic content are rewarded and given monetization. There is no change to our reuse content policy, which reviews content like commentary, clips, compilation, and reaction videos. None of that's being impacted, so that's good. And then this article here goes even more into this new change. They're doing a tiny update to a long-standing guideline where they talk about mass-produced repetitive content that viewers consider spam. There's a lot of that on YouTube, surprisingly. The AI Reddit stories that I'm talking about is just one of many that exist on YouTube. There's so many things like that. It's actually crazy. Does this relate to reused content? No. There are no changes to reuse content policies, which is like commentary and clips and compilation, reaction content. That stuff's still allowed on YouTube if it's transformative, like fair use. Will using AI in my content be a violation of inauthentic content? No. And their answer is, we welcome creators using AI tools to enhance their storytelling, and channels that use AI in their content remain eligible. So you're allowed to use AI, which makes sense. YouTube has features that help you use AI in content, like YouTube Short. You can use Google VO2 to use AI to put in your video. Google VO is like completely AI generated stuff. If Google didn't want you to use AI on YouTube, they wouldn't be focusing so heavily on AI. It's just the future. Of course they're gonna support it and allow it on YouTube, right? And then here they give some examples of what is not allowed. So a channel that uploads narrated stories with only superficial differences between them. We saw that in this video that I just showed you, right? And then a channel that uploads slideshows that all have the same narration. Yeah, it's just, there's a lot of AI slop that is just not great content at all. It's very spammy, and it doesn't really add any value to YouTube, and that's the kind of stuff they're really going after. So if you don't feel comfy using your voice in a video and you want to use like AI, that's allowed. You know, you're still allowed to do that. People use this tool all the time, 11 Labs, and you can type any transcript, and then, I don't know, I selected a British voice. I just typed something random here. This voice that I'm about to show you is completely AI. It's just reading what I typed.
Hello, welcome to Hogwarts. We have decided to stop teaching magic here and have opted to only teach our students how to make some of that sweet, sweet AI slop content. Woohoo!
Woohoo! It's so funny. It sounds like a real person. And you can change the parameters here. You can make it sound like a drill sergeant or an announcer or a customer service. But something else that you can do is upload your own voice. You can make your own voice in 11 Labs using your voice, so you don't have to speak anymore and use your voice. Like, there's so many options, and it is all allowed on YouTube. And yeah, there's Google VO3. Like, this cardboard box is completely AI generated. No visual effects skills had to be used to put that boat or this concert here. It's all really, really cool. That, look at that, there's a friggin' owl. Like, the fact that Google makes this, obviously they're not gonna ban it on YouTube, right? As long as you're using this in a not spammy way, right? And yeah, you can even add sound effects and music to this. Crazy. So I tried it. I put one of my thumbnails in it, and I kind of got some weird results. It asked me to give a picture to start, so I was like, I want this guy to swim in a pool surrounded by lava with epic background music. And this is what it gave me. That is like the worst Google VO video I've ever gotten. It created some weird background music, and all it did was take my picture and add a zoom. That's all it did. I thought you could give a picture so that it has a source picture of the guy and then put him in lava, but no, it just completely did something else. But then I was like, what the heck? He's not swimming at all. Is this a still image? I want him in a pool surrounded by lava. So then it did this.
We did it. We hit 696,969 subscribers.
That is so creepy. That is not what I look like or sound like. It's actually really creepy. So then I was like, can you just make him eat the play button because it's secretly a cake? I thought that might be cool. And then Google did this. Like, what? What is this? So it decided to ignore me eating this play button, made him say a weird sound like wee, and then the scene switched to this, where it's using the original prompt that it just completely ignored the first time. And yeah, I'm eating a crunchy cake play button. I don't know why it's so crunchy, but the sound effects are actually pretty good, and the animation of the lava, it's pretty cool. But that kind of stuff is allowed. You just gotta not make it sloppy. So any claims that people made where it's like reused or repurposed videos, fully generated AI videos, and even the crazy claim that if you're not a creator who uses their face and real voice, you'll be demonetized, all that stuff is just false, and it's not really that big of a deal. It's gonna go into effect on July 15th. And yeah, you'll notice a hit to slop AI content, but that's probably good for the rest of us, you know? I think it's better to encourage a bit more creativity than just rely on AI for everything from the script to uploading, you know? AI probably makes the thumbnail and title for those things. Like, nothing is human. There's no human touch anymore. So this update isn't really that crazy when you think about it. Thank you for watching. Click subscribe and I will eat a YouTube cake.